Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy RedCloud. Today we're going to be looking at the best gold making add-ons that you can possibly have in World of Warcraft, The War Within. Let's jump right into it. All right guys, first things first, I want to let you know that I do stream every day at Twitch TV/RedCloud. I would seriously appreciate if you guys would come over there, hit me with a follow, come chill out the streams, and if this video helps you out at any point in time, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this with anybody that may benefit from watching. All right, guys, so the first item we're going to be talking about is called TradeSkillMaster. TradeSkillMaster is a very fantastic add-on. It's very popular, although the one caveat to it, it is essentially a little bit more complex than all the other add-ons that I'll be talking about today. And then the other thing is essentially you do have to have an application that you have to download from TradeSkillMaster, their website, and you have to run it while you are playing the game. So if you're uncomfortable with the idea of that, with their privacy policy that they have, like whatever they collect and, have information on your computer or your internet and all that stuff, if you're uncomfortable with that, go ahead and skip the next add-on. I will continue to talk about why TSM is great though. This is the UI for auctioning. You can go ahead and run a post scan. It will literally go ahead and go and list everything in your inventory that can possibly sell. This is the generic first way that you can do things and post gold and make money and stuff. However, if you go into TradeSkillMaster, you can also set groups, essentially like items that you only want to sell from specific items in your inventory, or specific, crafted only items or rare quality items only. So that way it doesn't sell everything in your inventory. So just be on the lookout if you are first time using this. Be careful what you are posting. You can skip it if you want to, and then that way you don't accidentally sell like the crafting reagent that you are trying to craft with, right? So the other thing that's really cool, it's got a sniper option. So you can literally go ahead and scan the auction house. It will let you buy items that are underpriced that can sell for a percentage higher. It'll literally say like, this item is at 5% of the auction house value. You could sell this for 100% of the auction house value if you bought it and then sold it. So that's really cool. I'll let it run a little bit here so you guys can see that. All right, guys. So as you can see here, like the percentage of the auction house value, it's a lot lower, right? So this is at 8%, 12%. So if you bought these items, you could sell it for 100% market value or 125%, whatever you want, as long as you buy out the quantity, right? So that's something that you can look out for with TradeSkillMaster. I think that's really cool that you can do that, and it's a pretty cool way to make gold as well. So the other thing that's great about TSM is the fact that it keeps track of all of the gold that you have all across your characters, right? So 1.7 mil, 1.657 mil, whatever, that's how much gold it's keeping track of my character's gold, including Warbank. And then with that being said, it can also track like what you've made as far as like what you've paid for, the expenses that you've made, revenue, all that stuff, right? And then same thing for like inventory as well. Failed auctions, it even shows that as well. And then canceled auctions as well. So pretty cool. That way you can keep track of like how much you're making, all that gold and all that good stuff. And then as far as like the groups go, you can set that up as well. And then lastly, with enchanting, it's really useful because it will let you, it'll automatically pop up if there's a BOE, a blue, green, purple item in your inventory. It will ask you if you'd like to disenchant it, and it will mass disenchant things as well. So that's pretty cool. So guys, that's why TradeSkillMaster is one of the best add-ons that I've been able to find that make you gold. I am going to go less in depth into TSM today because simply I'm going over the add-on. If you guys want me to make a TradeSkillMaster guide, I will make one for you guys, but be on the lookout for that. So let's jump over to the next add-on. All right, guys. So the other add-on that is pretty much like, if you're not going to use TSM, you need to be using Auctionator. It's the best add-on for real. It will let you go ahead and scan the auction house for current up-to-date pricing on hovering over like your item. It'll show you like what it is worth on the auction house. Then the other cool thing, once you click it, it'll literally go ahead and directly, try and undercut the closest thing to your item or your item with the gold price. And then you can also change the duration up here. You can also set the default, all that good stuff. And then what's really cool is that you can also have shopping lists. So in case you want to go ahead and like, shop specifically for certain items, other things like, for flipping, you can do that here. And then what's really cool with Auctionator, like let's say, for example, I'm crafting stuff, it will also tell me the profit, how much it costs to craft, how much gold I'll make. And then for this, I like using this to track recipe. What it does is it lets me minimize this. And then when I am here at the auction house, I can go ahead and search specifically only for that item. And then when I search for it, let's say I only need one thunderous hide. When I click the thunderous hide, it will also only suggest one of them. So then I can just buy that specifically. And then if I need the same thing for the storm charged leather, it'll also give me both of these quantities of the recipe. So I need 120 to craft both of these things. So it'll suggest 120. So make sure you pay attention to that though when you are using the add-on, because it will buy the full amount. And if you only need like 20 of one instead of like the full 90, you'll have to adjust that. But other than that, Auctionator is a fantastic add-on, and a lot of other add-ons that pretty much feed information or get fed information from like auction house databases use Auctionator. So it's very good and it can be used with a lot of other add-ons. So that's why I suggest Auctionator if you guys are new to making gold, or if you guys want to make consistent gold in the War Within. All right, guys, the next add-on, which is super useful for making gold, is called CraftSim. CraftSim is crazy, dude. So there's like literally so many things that you can do with it. CraftSim is a fantastic crafting add-on that helps you make profit off of crafting. And essentially what it does is it kind of like breaks the barrier between not knowing what is profitable with like your current like tier of, like mats. With its simulation mode, you can pretty much like set the max quality of things here, and then it will tell you on simulation mode what concentration cost it would cost for you to get all the way to tier 5, for example, right? So that's really, really freaking cool, especially the fact that like if I was using like what's here, I can go ahead and see that on average, profit wise, it's making 2.8k gold on profit, crafting it at this rating and everything. CraftSim actually uses pricing sources from TradeSkillMaster or Auctionator. Either one works. You don't need TradeSkillMaster for this, but it does use the price string that is set up here. You can also set up a few different things as well in the settings. But overall, I think CraftSim is a really cool add-on, especially because it's specifically designed for crafting without having to use like TradeSkillMaster running in the background on your computer or something like that. So that's why I think it's really cool, especially because of the simulation mode. I think this is like something that super bothers me with like the regular crafting, is that you are pretty much like crap out of luck if you get like a tier 2 reagents, right? And then you go to craft it, and then all of a sudden it says it's like 5,000 gold profit. But then when you get tier 3 items, for example, the tier 3 piece is worthless, and everybody's only buying the tier 3 one because it's higher item level, right? So that's why simulation mode is really nice, so you can kind of like circumvent that and see what you would actually make as far as like profit and everything. So really cool. Crafting sim, definitely a fantastic crafting add-on that'll definitely make you a lot of gold. All right, guys, so the next add-on that we're going to be talking about is called SpeedyAutoLoot, and the reason why you want this is because it will let you make gold, loot gold, and loot materials faster than you would if you didn't have this add-on. Okay, so this is a fantastic add-on. Another add-on that is pretty much an alternative with a little bit more, I guess, like quality of life things that you can also change is where is it? Leatrix Plus. Leatrix Plus also has the same thing. Leatrix Plus, however, the auto-loot, it's good, but I do believe that SpeedyAutoLoot is better as far as that goes. And the reason why it's fantastic is because, like, I'll go ahead over here and just go and kill this mob real quick. Pretty much what it will do, you won't even see the loot at all. You won't see the loot. And then this is another add-on we'll talk about later, but pretty much you won't even see like the loot window. And the reason why that's important, especially when you're skinning, is because it will literally instantly let you loot and skin and gather herbs and all that stuff. And as you know, time is money. So that's why SpeedyAutoLoot is a fantastic add-on that you should go ahead and get if you want to be as efficient as possible while making gold in the war within. All right, guys, the next add-on we're going to be talking about is called Gathering. Essentially what it does is it tracks the amount of items slash gold that you're making per hour or per 30 minutes, whatever you want it to be. It'll also let you know what items you're gathering as well for that time period. So for example, I've earned 3 mycobloom, 2 mycobloom of tier 2 and iron claw ore. All right, so total gathered 7 items average per hour. It's gonna keep going down because obviously I'm stopping, but essentially what it does is it does let you keep track of what you are gathering. Very useful, especially if you are a farmer that does quite a lot of herbalism or ore mining, whatever it may be. It'll let you go ahead and keep track of all those items, and then that way you can see per hour what you are earning as far as like the item. And that's why I think this is a very useful gold making add-on, because it will give you a gauge of like how much of set item that you are making and how much you are gathering per hour. That way, like every hour you can try and be more efficient, or you can try and beat your, I would say like a record almost of what you've been looting during that time period. So as you can see here, total gathered in this short period of time, about 18 things. So per hour though, as you can see here, it does peak. It was peaking about like 450 or so of items. And it's useful because then, like I said, you should be able to earn X amount of items per hour, which is why someone would want to keep this, right? So average about like 430 items per hour. And then turn that into, as far as turning it into gold, that's where we're going to get into the next add-on that we'll be talking about in a moment. All right, guys, the next add-on that we're going to be talking about is called Farmer, which pretty much goes hand in hand with gathering a little bit. These add-ons that I'm talking about, they're going to work best, honestly, like paired together, especially with the last add-on that we'll be talking about today. Pretty much what it does is it shows like the total amount of items that you are gathering, as well as the total amount of items that you have already collected. And then what it will do, it will literally go ahead and show them on the screen. Bismuth, I just got 2 of them, a total of 4. And then the same thing would apply for if I was gathering like mycobloom or whatever it may be. So same thing, it'll literally track it for if you have it in your inventory, if you have it in your bank, it doesn't really matter. It will literally just tell you, what you are getting. It'll also tell you the same thing for BOEs, for gold, and then it will tell you experience as well, and a bunch of different other things as well. The other cool thing I did not know about this add-on before using it was it also does auto looting. So if you want to go ahead and just use this for your auto looting, feel free to do so instead of the SpeedyAutoLoot. So it can do that as well. And then as far as like the UI goes and getting into it, you just type /farmer and it will go ahead and let you change the add-on options that you want. And then that's pretty much it. So pretty cool. Farmer, definitely a really cool one. And yeah. All right, guys, the next add-on that we're going to be talking about is called LootAppraiser. LootAppraiser, literally, it will go nicely with the farmer add-on and gathering if you want to use gathering. But pretty much what it does, it will literally time how much time you've been farming for, as well as how much gold you've made in that hour. And the other thing, this is really good for like BOE farming, cloth farming, skinning farming, herbalism, whatever it may be. It's really cool because you can go ahead and change the settings as well. You can change, let's say, the price source, right? So you can go ahead and add that as well. What I like to do is I'll set like a custom price source, and I set it to DB market, and DB market is just the database market. It's fed through by TSM. You can use Auctionator if you want to, but I would highly suggest scanning the auction house before you go out and farm. That way your, pricing is more up to date. That's what I use. I use DB Market. Then the last thing you can do is set a multiple price group string essentially by TSM groups. This is super useful in case you are specifically looking for items and like you want to see like their specific prices. That's really like too much in depth for what I would use this add-on for ever. All I like to do, I like to show it on stream sometimes when I'm farming, where I'll go ahead and just like run this on the side, and then what it will do, go ahead and herb gather, and it will tell me that I've made, that's how much one of these Airthor spears are. And then the same thing would go for like this crystallized iron claw. It's gonna tell me that I've made ×2, which means that they're 36 gold, and then that means right now I've made 72 gold in about a minute or so. And then the same thing for like the crystalline powder, and then same thing here, blessing blossom, 29 gold times 2 of them. So again, it doesn't show you how much each of them are individually. It shows you how much the total of what you just made is. And then that's why this add-on is really cool, because it will literally tell you that, hey, you picked up a BOE that's worth like 25,000 gold or something like that. Or you just, picked up this bismuth that's selling for 58 gold. So that's why it's really cool. It works for BOEs, herbs, leather, crafting materials, whatever it may be. It works for everything as far as like farming. But yeah, guys, I definitely think LootAppraiser, it goes hand in hand perfect with TradeSkillMaster. But if you're not going to be using TradeSkillMaster, like, it still works really well. And in my opinion, I think it may actually just be better than gathering, and it may be better than farming. But if you like those other add-ons, I would definitely give those a try and keep using them. But I think LootAppraiser is definitely probably one of my favorite add-ons for sure. It's just simple and it works well. So that's why I think LootAppraiser Reloaded is a fantastic add-on that you should definitely check out if you're trying to make some serious gold. All right, guys. So the next add-on we're going to be talking about is called GatherMate 2. GatherMate has been around for forever. It's a fantastic add-on. What it does, it literally just keeps track of nodes that you are farming. So as you can see at the top here, got a node of Iron Claw and then Irradiated Mycobloom. So it's going to do the same thing for like this one as well, Rich Bismuth, right? So the reason why this add-on is super fantastic, what it will do is it will give you an idea of where things will be. Because in general, the way WoW works is that most of the time, things spawn in generally the same area, right? So they will go ahead and continue to spawn there most of the time. And that's why GatherMate's important, because then when you're going around farming, you can go ahead and know that you're going to be entering an area where it's rich in ore, rich in herbs, and then you're going to be able to essentially like route your farming a lot better, more efficiently. And eventually, once you've filled up the map, and like GatherMate understands that you've been farming quite a lot in some areas. And once you have GatherMate essentially full of that data for you, you should be able to find effectively a very efficient path. And then that way, when you're gathering, GatherMate 2 is just going to assist you with getting those nodes and getting those herbs a lot more easier. All right, guys, thank you for watching today's video. If you guys have any questions or concerns, feel free to go over to my Twitch stream. Let me know there if you guys have any questions about any add-ons specifically. I can help you set them up. Or if you guys want me to help you guys set up add-ons as far as like making a video for it, I can go ahead and do that as well. I hope you guys make a lot of gold using these add-ons that I suggested to you guys. Let me know if you guys have any other add-ons that you guys use, or any other gold methods that you guys use to make gold in the War Within. Other than that, guys, I appreciate you guys watching the video. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace out.